everyone, and welcome back to Helping Hands through Haley's Heart. I hope this video finds you all well and healthy during this time. This month, we will be discussing how to boost our immune systems during COVID-19. Now more than ever, our immune systems are required to be functioning at their highest level of capacity. Because of the global virus going around, we need to make sure this is happening. There has been so much research shown how our mental well-being can be linked to our physical well-being. This is true mainly because of the hormone being released into the hippocampus of our brains. So times in which we feel chronic stress. We all have thoughts which are triggered by a physiological response, such as panic or anxiety. So if we don't manage our stress and maintain a healthy mind, we will make, I think, things a lot harder and will become more susceptible to fighting this virus that we are all trying so hard to fight every single day. So we are all beginning to, I think, feel the restlessness of the pandemic and the lingering on the weeks and months with social distancing and being kind of stuck at home. This has, I think, created a lot more downtime, so less hustle and bustle, which has been kind of nice, but also for some leaves us feeling anxious, isolated. Also, maybe some negative thoughts are seeping in more because we have more time to think about it, and definitely passing through. So I wanted to share today some tips with you for just small daily ways we could be boosting our immune system while staying at home, and basically maintaining the stay-at-home order that's been requested, but to increase our mental and physical well-being for both of those things, because they're both very, very important. So number one is sleep. Turn off our devices before we go to sleep and have the ability to actually have our brain shut down, because that's how we're going to be able to process stress the best way possible. Our brain needs rest, and that's how it kind of copes and deals with any type of anxiety or stress. So if we're not giving it that opportunity, we're up all night, either watching TV or playing video games or on our phones, we're not giving the brain the necessary means to just get into that rest state. And we want to get into a deep REM sleep if we can, for at least a few hours. So that's really important. Number two, write down any negative thoughts to get them out of your head and ask yourself, is this negative thought true? We want to challenge that negative thought and provide objectivity when we can. So that's going to be really important. Number three is meditate or prayer, depending on your style, but it gives you a nice, relaxed internal dialogue and opportunity to check in with ourselves to see how we're doing. Number four is exercise. I'm sure you're not all surprised to hear that, but it does provide the endorphins, that so-called happy hormone to the brain. So we want to make sure that we're getting some type of, whether it's big or small exercise, into our habits throughout the day. Number five is practice breathing. So a lot of us are short breathing a lot during the day. We're running around, and so it sounds kind of more like panting. We need to provide the oxygen to the brain, because that's how we're going to feed the brain to be able to think appropriately, to act rationally, and to think at our highest level. It also calms our stress levels because we are feeling more rational. So I think a lot of this is, balancing out our brains with our bodies. But I think breathing and deep breathing is really important, and we're probably not doing enough of it. So make sure you're taking 4 deep breaths in, 4 deep breaths out, and a few times a day to make sure we're checking in with our breathing. Number 6 is listening to calming music. There is something to be said about a song or a melody that can be calming. Number 7 is surround yourself with the smell of lavender. It can be a very calming, relaxing scent, and so that's also nice to have around if we're feeling really anxious or stressed. Number 8 is actually avoiding substances. So yes, alcohol is a depressant. So although we may be feeling like we're a little bit on vacation right now, we're maybe mixing ourselves an extra cocktail at the end of the day, we're done with work early, this is going to affect our mental status, especially if we're feeling down. We don't want to add a depressant onto something that we're already feeling down about. Number 9 is limit caffeine. If you tend to be the more anxious person, naturally this will heighten your heart rate. So we don't want to do that if we're already feeling a little bit on edge. So even with years of tolerance, your physiological responses to caffeine are still happening. So decreasing caffeine will eliminate more anxiety. Number 10 is create a schedule, even if you don't have anywhere to go. I've been telling my clients this. If you're feeling a little uncertain about the day and you're wondering, where do I have to be? Do I have to do anything? Because we're used to having a boss tell us that. Well, we need to be our own boss. We need to get up in the morning, maybe at the same time, take a shower, get dressed, even if, again, we have nowhere to go. It's giving us a sense of productivity as well as movement. So it is making us feel really good about the day versus if we're lounging in bed all day. Number 11 is the last one, and it's, I think, my favorite. It's laughter. Laughter and smiling signals certain hormones to the brain as well, and when released can actually make us feel really positive. They say smiles are contagious, laughter is contagious. It's absolutely true. So it's encouraging a lot of physiological responses as well as the mental health. So that's a really great one too. We, of course, must counteract the stress that we're identifying, but how are we improving our mental health, as the whole point of this is to get our immune system back up and running properly so that when the virus hits, we are able to fight back. So make sure to check out this month's book recommendation, because I'm going to post it below, and it is, I think, so enlightening to read about how the brain and the body are very much in sync, and the kind of chemistry on that. So I would definitely look at this book if you get a chance to, if you do have some more downtime. The book recommendation is by psychiatrist Dr. IMMUME, and it's called The End of Mental Illness. It provides kind of like an educational insight into just how powerful our mind is, that it can literally make us sick if we don't manage it and take care of it and have a little bit of self-discipline with our mind. So I'll make sure to post that in the comment box below. And a quote I'll leave you with from Dr. IMMUME himself from the book. It's that thoughts lie. We don't always have to believe in them all. So if there are negative thoughts coming through and we're not challenging them and we're just going with the flow, are they even accurate? And are we giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt to say, you know what, this might be irrational, or maybe there's a different way of looking at it. We don't necessarily have to believe all these negative thoughts that are coming through. And with the news and everything that's going on with the pandemic, I think it's not helping. So we got to stay positive. We got to stay strong. We got to stay healthy. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please stay home, stay safe and healthy again. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. I'll really look forward to eventually seeing you guys all in person and your wonderful faces again. For those struggling with any negative thoughts or creating more anxiety or stress during the pandemic, I am continuing to offer online sessions. You can do it right at your home. You get a portal, access to everything, so you don't have to leave the house. And I'm doing it for everyone located in the state of Florida, so feel free to contact me at my website to book a free consultation if it's something that might have interested you. And my website is www.onelifecounselingllc.com. So I look forward to seeing and hearing from you all next time.